Right now, the Supreme Court is the only branch of government that doesn't have a check on it. The legislature checks the executive, and the executive checks the legislature. Now, the Supreme Court was designed to be the umpire between the legislature branch and the executive branch. But right now, they have no check on them. They can make up whatever rule they want. They can say this law is good, that law is bad, and no one can say, no, that's not right. Because whatever they say goes. So this is what I propose right now to even everything out. Might not happen, but what the hell? Put 2 more liberal justices on the court. Now, the conservatives will have a 6-5 majority, so that doesn't mess with their majority. But what it does do is put the Supreme Court back in the hands of Chief Justice Roberts, who will prevent these wide swings from happening. Because right now with Alito, Thomas, Barrett, Kavanaugh, and Gorsuch running the show, they can make these wide swings because they don't need Justice Roberts. So they can make these wide swings as much as they want, and no one can stop them. But with a 6-5 majority, they need Justice Roberts. And that will prevent the wide swings from happening. So here's the second part. When one of the conservative judges retires, that seat will become what I would call the 11th seat. And that seat will require 60 votes to be confirmed. The 5 conservative justices and the 5 liberal justices, their seats would only need 50 plus 1 votes to confirm. Now, what does that do? That keeps the court from making wide swings. You've now put a check on the court because that 60 vote threshold means that the person that they nominated had to have agreed to some liberal ideas, some conservative ideas. So once again, you stop these crazy swings from happening. Now here's the third part, which is harder to do, probably. When a conservative judge or a liberal judge retires, then the president or the party leader will nominate their replacement. Now, what does that mean? Let's say, for example, a conservative judge retires, but there's a Democratic president in the White House. So that would mean that the Republican leader in the Senate would nominate that judge, and of course, vice versa. So you would always have that balance on the court. As long as you keep that middle guy 60 votes, you'd always have that balance, 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. And it might be surprising to see that sometimes you might have a 7-4 vote or a 9-2 thing or whatever in favor of liberal or conservative. Now, this may not happen. Republicans may not go for it because right now they're in the driver's seat. But this is the warning I would tell Republicans. Sooner or later, it's going to come back to you. Sooner or later, they're going to make a judgment on something that's going to ruin your day. Like they ruined the Roe V Wade day. Sooner or later, they're going to make a judgment that's going to ruin your day. Unless you put a check on them.